This is Mike's second rehearsal.
I remember when I was a child and I saw advertisements for the new Transformers toys on TV. The advertisements made the toys look so cool and they seemed so big on the screen. I wanted them so bad. When I finally got the toy, it was nothing like the commercial. It was small and cheaply made, not very cool at all. I played rough when I was a child, so I broke it within a week. I let the commercial convince me that this toy was something that it was not. We have all been duped by advertising propaganda at one time or another. First, I'll explain what propaganda is. Next, I'll explain how it is delivered. And finally, I will convey the importance of exercising caution when consuming media of all kinds. First, let's start by understanding exactly what propaganda is. Propaganda is simply information, but it is information that is usually biased or misleading in nature. This information is used to promote or publicize a particular cause or point of view through media, usually spread through media. According to the social psychology, screwing it up.
You got it.
According to the Journal of Social Psychology, in an article written by Edgar H. Henderson in 1943 entitled Toward a Definition of Propaganda, propaganda must be psychological. If we watch television, get on the computer, or read a newspaper, we're usually exposed to some form of propaganda, whether we realize it or not. It attempts to sway our opinion and convince us of its own agenda, so it is important to be aware of its influence on society. Now that we know what propaganda is, let's explore how it is delivered to the masses. According to the Journal of Advertising Research, in an article written in 2014 by Peter Pinta entitled The Power of Social Television, Can Social Media Build Viewer Engagement? He researched an advertising effects in people's homes and said the results indicate that engaging in social media while viewing television can significantly enhance neural indicators of viewing engagement in television. Propaganda became popular on television and radio because of its strong media support and financial support from big businesses. It has since been used by large corporations to sell products and used by politicians to promote their campaigns. With the addition of the internet as a media outlet, people pay even more attention to media propaganda than ever before. That is why we need to be aware of its existence in our everyday lives. Now that we know what propaganda is and how it is delivered to so many people, let's understand why it is important to consume media with caution. According to respected professor of psychology Nancy Snow, in her book entitled Propaganda and American Democracy, written in 2013, she says, there is a new reality we need to acknowledge. Journalists do act as propagandists. What Nancy means by this is the journalists we have come to trust on the news and other traditionally credible media outlets have been feeding us propaganda. Another good point made by Marja Vorian, author of Enemy Images in War Propaganda, written in 2012. She said, the inclusion of some into a limited membership of the community, for example, political or ethnic group, necessarily preposes the exclusion of certain others. Marja is saying that propaganda separates the masses and its agenda caters to an elite group. That is why it is important to consume all media with caution. In conclusion, we've gone over what propaganda is, examined the different forms of media propaganda is delivered through, and we have discussed why it is important to consume media propaganda with caution. We can now identify propaganda when we see it and not be manipulated by its intentions. When faced with propaganda, remember to think for yourselves.
Woo! I just finished watching Mike's second rehearsal video.
Can you see the